What's up, everybody? So today I'm just going on a ramble of how I'm tired of how I see either everybody on Twitter or Facebook or like YouTube just like complaining and bitching about how Modern Zombies is dead and all that, which I think is kind of far from the truth. I think Modern Zombies, it's in a lot better state than what it was 5 years ago, or even when Cold War came out and it was very dumbed down. And I think everybody just needs to stop with their nostalgia glasses and stuff. I feel like Modern Zombies is pretty good, but today we're going to be doing the starting room on Paradox. While I ramble stuff, there will be B-roll of other games as needed. But I've been having a lot of fun with BO7 Zombies. I feel like BO7 is... I feel like if the rest of the maps continue the way that the first two maps at least were, even Paradox Junction was great. But because I feel like the nostalgia bait is part of what people get so hyped about classic zombies, because I feel like Modern Zombies has some issues, but I feel like classic zombies has issues as well. Because to me, it feels like the nostalgia takes over more just because they were 14 playing with their friends, 3 in the morning playing Kino or 5 or Ascension. And now, since we're all grown up, it's just, oh, I wish we can go back to that. No, you wish you can go back to the time that it was, where you had no responsibility, you had less things to worry about. Because to me, I feel like if BO7, let's say BO7 was BO3 instead, so BO7 came out before BO3, I feel like a lot of people would bitch about BO3 being dumbed down and be like, there's not as much stuff in the game. There's no armor system. What is this armor that I have to build? What is this point system? Why do I get points about shooting zombies instead of just getting points at killing? Why is there no decoy? Why is the gobblegum kind of janky and not as good to get? Because gobblegum wasn't even that good to get back then either, because you had to get freaking the vials. I forgot what they're called, but even though I just logged on to BO3 this morning. But you just need to stop. It's just not fun. It's like Call of Duty is going to change. Treyarch is going to change. Treyarch is going to make different games. They're going to make different mechanics. They're going to make different stuff. Even Jason Blundell did that too, so I don't know why everybody's upset. He changed BO3, or he changed a lot BO3, he changed a lot in BO4, and a lot of people didn't like that, so I don't know why we're making him seem like he was the greatest thing ever, even though he's probably the best thing that happened to Call of Duty Zombies. But in the grand scheme of things, he's the same as Jimmy Zelensky or now Kevin Drew or whoever the new game director is. The same exact thing. And it's like people are going to make changes and stuff. I don't want to go back and play 10 years from now. I don't want to go back and play BO3 game, but with BO7 maps. I want to play BO7 with their mechanics and stuff. I want to go back and play BO3 for its mechanics and maps. I want to go back and play BO4 for its mechanics and maps, etc. I don't go back to World at War just for the maps. If I want to play those maps, I would go play BO3 because they're on a better engine, or even like BO1, but I would go back and play World at War just for his janky-ass mechanics. Or I'd go back to play BO2 for the guns, or BO3 for the wonder weapons. It's different each time. I don't go back to play just because of the maps, of how great the map was. I'll go back and play these different maps. I still go back every so often to play BO6. I know that just came out last year, but I still go back and play that, even though it just came out, just because mechanics are a little bit different from BO7. I still go back and play even BO4 because I like the maps and I like the specialist system. I feel like it was a lot cooler than the field upgrades. I know it's not as balanced, but I still like it. But the thing is older maps and older games have that jank and glitches and all that. The Easter eggs were all simple and stuff, which is understandable. I need to change. But my thing is so it has, but older maps and games have jank and all that, which is what makes them special, is what makes them unique and go back to and play. It's the same with newer zombie titles. It's like, this says jank, this isn't perfect, BO6 isn't perfect. I even go back and play Vanguard, because, well, first off, I'm grinding for it, but Vanguard is not my favorite game mode, but I still go back and play it, because like the atmosphere, and I think it has some pretty good mechanics. So I like to go back and play it. Like I like the whole, whatever you call it, the how they did upgrade system. I feel like that's pretty good for rarities and stuff, and the thing you get so often. So it, instead of like ammo mods and stuff, you get like these things. I can't remember what they're called, to be honest. But anyway, I feel like that's pretty good. It's same with Modern Warfare Zombies. I would go back to that just because of the open world aspect and how that is, and I think it's fun. I really do. So another thing that I think a lot of people are comparing is the Easter eggs, which I understand to a certain point. Cold War had some kind of basic Easter eggs, and they weren't the greatest, which I understand that. But it had Easter egg. It had some of the Easter egg steps were pretty fun, and BO6 is a step up. I do feel like there is some missed opportunity with it, but I do think it was okay for what it was. As PhD, that's interesting. But I think BO7 has some of the best. I think it has some of the best main quests Easter eggs in probably ever, to be honest. I feel like most of the steps from Paradox Junction is pretty good, and I do like I like the hopscotch and the jacks and all that. I think those are fun. I even like these steps where you have to get a music teacher and all that. I don't really like going around and grabbing the music notes. I wish they weren't number related, but nevertheless, they're okay. Then what else? I don't know, but I do think Modern Zombies is an improvement on what has been a issue from Cold War, is making it way too easy, which it's still pretty easy, but with like Cursed, you can have like modifiers and stuff like that to make it even harder. And then you got all these other game modes if you want to play those. I know that's not somebody's cup of tea, but like, I'm having a hard time even doing curse mode Easter eggs for some reason. At least Paradox. I haven't tried the other ones, but Paradox is hard for some reason on Cursed, even in the standard, which I don't know if I like it that hard. But anyway, I just feel like it's a step up in terms of gameplay and stuff, and I do like the movement. I think the movement where you can jump on pretty much anything, I think that's, I wish older zombies had it, because I hate getting stuck in a freaking corner or getting stuck because of a stupid glitch in the freaking, or the glitch in the floor where it just makes you stick and then you can't get out of it because you have to be precise with that game. And I don't know, I don't mind the old system, but I do like the movement a lot better. And I feel like they're taking a lot more risk lately than they have 20 for pretty much from Cold War to like Modern Warfare Zombies. I feel like they're taking a lot more risk. Yeah, I didn't want to grab this, but I did. Because I feel like they're taking a lot more risk. Because Outbreak was a huge risk. Modern Warfare Zombies was a huge risk. Even Vanguard was. They have these. I feel like you should always take risk in video games to make them better. Because I feel like if you just do the same thing over and over again, it's going to get bland and boring. To me, I feel like it's going to get quite boring if we just got the same mechanics from BO3 in every single game. That's why I think BO4 is just insane. I feel like anything after is pretty good, even if it's not the greatest thing in the world. I want risk in video games. I don't want the same thing, especially if you're going to release them annually. Maybe not the Zombies part, but Call of Duty. I feel like it should be a little bit more risky, and you should take some risk here and there. Maybe not all the time, but more often than not, you should take risks, because I feel like the game would just get freaking hella boring if I might die here because I'm stuck in here. All right, yep, saw that coming. But there are some stuff in Modern Zombies that Classic does better. I feel like the mystery of it all is exciting and stuff like that, because I do feel like mystery of the old maps, maybe not so much in terms of BO3 and stuff, BO3 onwards. I feel like the mystery of that is not as pronounced. It's still there, but it's not like BO1, World at War. You got this atmosphere that's like mystery. What's happening? Why are we? What is happening here? It's a lot different per se. And I am stuck over here. All right. So I do understand that. BO7 doesn't really have that. I mean, it has a little bit of it. At the beginning, it was like, who is this warden guy? Who is, like, we're in the dark ether. Where did these characters come from? I didn't grab it. Bug. Who are the characters you're playing as? Richtofen. Where Richtofen Tachyons? Where do they come from? You know? So it's kind of the same thing. But I don't know. But overall, I feel like both eras are good. I feel like people just need to stop complaining, because I feel like if people complain, especially these big YouTubers, I feel like they have so much influence over their audience and stuff. Like, while it's not just big influencers, a lot of creators too bitching about it, but it's like you have so much power over pretty much, you could say what you don't, but you say that you don't really have that much power over stuff, but then you look at sales numbers and it's garbage and stuff. I don't know. I feel like these big influencers need to chill out with calling things trash, because I feel like Call of Duty, it has issues and stuff, but I feel like it's in some of the best state it's been in a while in terms of zombies. I feel like if people would just give this game a chance and take off their nostalgia glasses, I feel like this game would be in a lot of people's top, I would say even top 3 top 3 zombie games, because I feel like it's that good. It's my top 3 Call of Duty zombie games, and if the new maps are as good, I feel like it would be top 2, to be honest. But I don't know. I just wish these big creators would stop bitching on the game, bitching on, this game is not BO3. I don't want to play it anymore. This game's not as good as BO4. This game is just not good. But it is. That's the thing. Is there's some jank here and there that's not as good. But the thing is, what game isn't janky? What game doesn't have the issues? What game? Tell me one game that doesn't have is 10 out of 10 perfect. There is no such game. Every game has their issues. Even the top games that came out this year, like Arc Raiders or Crimson Desert, these games are great, don't get me wrong, but the thing is they're not 10 out of 10 perfect. Even older games never had a 10 out of 10 game. If you exclude zombies from BO3, I feel like a lot of people would piss on BO3. Because the campaign was trash, multiplayer was not that good. I mean, it was okay, and then everything else was trash. So it's the same thing. And then you got BO4, which people praise for a lot. There's no campaign. Blackout was another failure at the time, even though I did like it. And then multiplayer was trash. Same with BO2. It's like BO2 had more hits. The campaign was good, and then the zombies, the multiplayer was pretty bomb, and then the zombies was a hit or miss, because it had transit, it had die rise, it had those 2 maps. The other maps were pretty good in terms of when they released, but it's the same thing. If it's not a perfect 10 out of 10 though, every game has issues. I don't know. I do feel like this game gets a lot more hate than it should. I don't play multiplayer, so I don't know. I wouldn't give it my honest opinion, but zombies and even Endgame, I feel like, is some of the best game. I'm just having a lot of fun, and then all the things to do, all the things to see. I don't know. I just feel like there is some issues that do need to be ironed out, but I do feel like this is, in terms of story writing, gameplay, I think this is some of the best. You can't tell me this game is not beautiful. It's such beautiful. I know there's a lot of pop-ups on my screen right now, but you can't look at this map and be like, this is an ugly map. I don't know what they're doing. This is such a beautiful map. And if you compare it to Old War and another modern zombie, or even Vanguard did kind of look like trash. This is a beautiful map. This really is. So it's like, I don't know. Both eras are great. I feel like if this game came out before BO3, I feel like BO3 would get the same treatment BO7 is. I think that's the issue. Is people, they have something from their past that they just have to hold on to. It's the same with everything. The old TV show, old movies, and movies aren't as good as they used to be. And it's like, I am probably gonna die. Old movies aren't as, or new movies aren't as good as old movies. Not as good. Or remakes of stuff, it's not as good as the original. I think, well, things can't always be the same. That's the thing. Or it's like Marvel and Star Wars. It's a separate topic. But the thing is if you only want BO2 zombies for the rest of your life, why play anything else? Just go back to that time. Just go back and play those games. That's all you have to do. Go back and play go back and play 2010 games. Don't play anything after that. Because everything is going to suck to you, because you're stuck in this time machine. You want a time machine type thing where you want to go back and do that. Things change. I don't know. I feel like things change. Things either get better or they get shitty. But if they get shitty, they get better over time. I don't know. I feel like people just need to look at it in a positive light. I think both eras of zombies are good. I don't think one's better than the other. Obviously, there is rankings and stuff that I do have personally, but I might make a video on that too. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like both eras are great. Doesn't matter what era. I'm constantly playing every single zombie game. So it's like, I want zombies to grow and be different. I don't want zombies to be the same exact thing. Because if it's the same exact thing, then it gets boring, then it gets repetitive, and it's like, I don't want I play anything else. Why go back and play these older games if I can just play the same exact mechanics, just different maps? Why would I go back and play? Why would I go back and play BO3 if it has the same mechanics as BO7, for example? It's the same thing. Why would I go do that? Why would I go play BO2 if it has pretty much the same mechanics as BO3, just with the different coat of paint? It's the same exact thing. It's just, I want things to change and differ, because if it doesn't change, then it's boring. It gets boring after a while. So just stop bitching about it. I don't understand why people gotta post online, oh, this game sucks. This game doesn't suck. It's good. You just suck. So anyway, it's kind of enough for me. I'm tired of rambling. But if you agree or if you disagree, whatever, let me know. This is also 100% my opinion, but I do feel like people just need to stop bitching as much, because I feel like the game isn't as bad as people say it is, and people just like to bitch because I feel like people just like to bitch. But I don't know. There's also people that have never even played Modern Zombies, and they take one good look at it and be like, oh, this game sucks. I don't think you played the game, but go ahead, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna die. Alright. Alright, well, just let me know if you guys have any issue with that, but I'll catch you guys in the next one.